Hey everybody, welcome to another Monday Reviews. Please ignore the sound of the washer in the background. We're doing laundry. And unfortunately, my recording area is out in the open. So today we're talking about this PTS MTEK FLUX helmet. It's black. They do come in Coyote and OD. Right away, I gotta make sure you understand. Warning, this is for airsoft use only, guys. This is not going to be something you're going to use to protect your noggin in a real gunfight. If you're looking for an instruction manual, it does not come in the box. It does have a QR code here. You can scan that and get the instructions. Before we jump into this, I do got to talk to you really quickly about Kinetic Impact Airsoft's Corporate Wars Bull Market. It's at JTC Airsoft Field in Beggs, Oklahoma. It's going to be a 2-day event, not a 1-day event like Blood Money. $10 off your tickets if you use my code MUDDY. That saves you a little bit of scratch so you can pick up some extra BBs or some gas, pyro. I don't know what you're going to do with that money. That's up to you. I don't care. But it is nice to save some money, and you can. If you use my code, you will help the channel, and you'll help yourself because you'll save some money. I said that 18 times. Let's get on with the review. Oh, well, back that up. Picture's going to pop up. It's my face. That is the code. Website will be in the description below that you can use to go and get yourself those tickets. Now let's get on the review. So MTEK FLUX. Now we've been talking for a minute plus. Editor hates when I do that because it's probably going to be shorter at this point. PTS MTEK FLUX. This helmet is pretty neat. So I originally wanted to get one of these when I got my first black helmet from the Tactical POW, the Chinesium full Kevlar, that I'm fully aware is not going to protect me. Thank you for all the reassuring comments to the contrary, people. But yes, like I said in that video, well aware it's not going to save my life. It's just semi-ballistic or faux ballistic or ballistic but not really ballistic, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I originally wanted this guy here, but I didn't know how it was going to fit. I was kind of like, is it going to be too big, too small, somewhere in the middle? I really don't know. Well, what they did is they erred on the side of caution, and they just kind of went with a one-size-fits-all neutral fit, closer to large, and you can just make it fit your medium head with padding. And I think that's kind of cool. You do have this that comes in there. This is your basic little paperwork. It does tell you there, again, warning, this is for airsoft use only. This is an actual licensed MTEK FLUX from MTEK. They do make ballistic helmets and carbon fiber helmets. If you like the way this looks while watching this review and you think it's something you'd be interested in, check out MTEK's website for their real deal stuff that actually will protect your head. Anyway, but this kind of gives you an idea of how the Velcro is supposed to be laid out and everything else. So that's fantastic because when I got the Velcro, which comes in here, I was like, I don't know how that's supposed to go on. You do have little bungees. They're going to go in there. You just take the thing off, slide them in, but they don't come on, so you can choose whether you want bungees or not. They're not just a bungees are here, take it or leave it kind of thing. Elephant in the room. These rails, they're weird, they're funky, they're MLOK. They're not compatible with anything on the market unless it's MLOK. The closest thing they have in compatibility or similarity to an ARC is this piece back here. Now that's for those things that want to clip into the helmet, like this mask. You're going to see this doesn't clip in fantastically. So I got to experiment with it a little more. That one doesn't want to stay, but that's not a knock on the rail. These things are notorious for not clipping into ops core rails either sometimes. But they do have the same connectivity thing for mandibles, masks, O2 mask straps, etc., etc., etc. If you're used to an ops core or a high cut like that, what you're used to are these. These are ARC rails. And everything that's on here is standardized for the ARC rail. Most of the components you're going to find on the market are for ARC rails. You can get amp arms like this with attachments for this. If you have anything that's MLOK, it will go in these slots. These are actual MLOK slots. You see the rail, we have a PTS logo here, MLOK's logo there, and an MLOK. MTEK's logo there and an MLOK logo there. So it's telling you these are MLOK points. You've got some tie downs back here. This is kind of a raised edge on the rail, so you can tie stuff down. And then you have all the divots and points for the MLOK, and you have the same kind of thing up here. So you could theoretically run, I don't know, budgie through here, little tie down areas, whatever. You can dummy cord stuff. So that's kind of cool. I like this open area of the rail as a dummy cord tie down. You don't have that on an ARC rail. The ARC rail is smooth up top. Oh, okay. So let's talk about the shell. The shell has like a nice faux Kevlar coating and like texture to it. It looks good. It feels good. It's a thinner shell, like a carbon fiber. Very thin, like a carbon fiber shell. She might edit all that out. Who knows? This mount here, this is your nod mount. It's a two-piece mount. Side of it, you do have the MTEK logo right there. This part is metal, and then it's all plastic around here. It's a plastic shroud. Now, cool part is, people are probably wondering right now, what is compatible with this? Well, that is a Neurotos Rhino. It's got a little bit of wiggle and or a little jiggle to it, but it fits and it does lock in. And then we have, this is a replica. I'll have a card pop up for the review of this if you're curious. This is an aluminum replica L4G24 from Wilcox, and it fits very snug, very nice. Looks fantastic on there too. So you can get those on. Would I hang nods off this? Probably. I don't think it would be an issue. As long as his arm is good, you should be all right. The fit is pretty nice. It does have 2 sets of pads inside here. I have both sets inside right now. I'll pull these out so you can see the padding underneath. The padding is kind of reminiscent of a Team Wendy setup to me. I just think that's kind of who they took some inspiration from. MTEK did when they were designing their pads. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun, so it's whatever. But this is the padding that's inside here, and it does tell you there MTEK's PTS and Airsoft use only. Fits pretty good. The entire inside of the shell is pretty much lined all the way, as you saw on this piece of paper, with hook Velcro. So adding the padding around or changing padding out or switching from this to something else, pretty simple. The straps actually have some hook on them right here, and that's to assist with the padding being adhered in there and not just flopping around. The straps are different. They are a departure. They are a departure from strap systems and strap designs. So with the straps, you don't have you don't have this piece here, but we'll talk about that here in a second. And my wife just walked in and walked out. Anyway, so there you go. Seriously? So you have this nape section here, and then you have your straps. With the MTEK, the straps hook in just here, here. There's no nape portion back there. So that is definitely different. It's kind of a departure. I don't find it uncomfortable. It is weird, but that also means you don't have any sort of dial systems to ratchet your stuff in and out. So the fit's the fit. Overall, I found it to be pretty comfortable. I found the shell to be more than adequate for my big head. I did notice it has a very unique shape language, kind of rounds, and it drastically drops off on the rear. As I understand it from like the Maritime and some others, that is to assist in your ability to look up and look around when wearing kit or being prone. So I think the MTEK Flux is probably going somewhere along those lines as well. And normally I don't like that. I know I did not like it in the Maritimes that I had, the replicas. Now the real Maritime I've never tried on. I don't know, maybe it would be comfortable, but the repros I had, I didn't like that drastic drop off in the back. I found it to be uncomfortable. So far with the MTEKs, I don't seem to find it to be uncomfortable. I find it to be quite nice and quite comfortable. As far as changing out your padding or setting it up to be better for you if you think the helmet's not quite robust enough, it's very easy to do. It velcros in right on top of the existing pads, so you can just kind of put it in like this. A couple of these guys can go right here. That's what I found to be comfortable for the crown portion. And then you got these guys, and mind you, I don't know if this is exactly how I'm going to go with it, but it's good for right now to try to test out. Velcro I'm going to add later, but the Velcro is pretty nice. It is cut very specifically for this helmet and to go on in like it's like a little like puzzle. I'm glad that I did have the picture to look at, because I was not 100% sure how all this would go. But you have a large piece for back here. This piece is specifically cut to go right here around the mount. You've got this portion here that's specifically cut to kind of add this mohawk. And you get really good coverage with all the Velcro pieces. I'll add those at some other point, and I haven't decided if I add these or not. All right, so I'm going to quickly go away. We'll put this on. I'll show you what it looks like on my head, and then I will end the video there. So stand by for that. All right, I'm outside so you guys can see the MTEK Flux on my head. Give you some idea of sizing. I wear a size 60 boonie cap in like the British sizing, 7 3/4 roughly, and an 8-point and large, extra large, like fitted ball cap. And this fits really good. I also wear a large ACH and a large extra large reproduction of an ops core. I don't think it feels funky. It clears my ears well. I like the cut here. And like I said, in there, this back swoop. On the Maritimes, it had kind of an aggressive drop back here. I didn't like them. I thought they felt strange on my head and made my helmet just look and feel weird. I don't really see that with the Flux. I think the Flux is fine. The chin strap's a little strange. It works, like I said, and I may have said this. It works kind of like a Team Windy cam fit, but it's not exactly like that. And, ow, pulling my beard. It's just these 2 points. There's no nape strap at all. So it's a little different. It's definitely a departure from normal helmet setups and designs, but I like it. I think it's kind of cool. If I had the disposable money and the income, I would probably try out a ballistic because I'm kind of curious. If it's got the same features, it's pretty cool. Biggest thing I don't like is I don't care for the MLOK component sections. I wish it used industry standard like the ops cores are. I don't know if that was a issue of licensing or copyright or something with OpsCore, but it does suck that you can't use all the industry standard components and you have to use an MLOK component or a specialized component because there's a lot less support for these rails out there than there is for OpsCore arc or OpsCore style arc rails. But if you're looking for an airsoft helmet, you want something that's going to be a little unique on the field, not just another OpsCore, give this guy a look. I think you'll like it. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this review. As always, get out there, LARP smarter, not harder, be a bunch of dorks, and hopefully I'll see you on the field. Take care.